Well, I was just accompanying my friend that day, and he come and said, come sit down and take the test. So we do it, lo and behold, not remember nothing about it. And there comes a letter, you pass. So I had to use a little trick to get to go to school two.
Hi, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another exciting episode of Alright, so on this episode here we have a very special guest who will be introducing himself in a while. This guest here now, he will also be teaching about molding and casting, and I'm positive that some of his work you already know. And he will be giving you more details in regards to that and tell you about his life growing up in Jamaica. Alright, so let's get right into it.
My name is Tyrone Napier, and I'm the manager of Napier's Patterns, Molds and Castings. But before I get into that, let me tell you a little about myself. I am the first of 6 children, 4 boys, 2 girls, who grew up in an inner city community where it was easy to go wrong. With having a strong mother and a working father, somehow we were able to escape a lot of the turmoils and difficulties that we had. And of course, growing up in my time, we had to find a lot of things to keep us occupied and to build social bonding between ourselves. So we had games like kites, marble, crickets. As compared to young youth today, I'm surprised because they don't have anything to play. They don't know how to unite and to overlook. And so you have your cellular phone, which is alone, and you have your tablet to keep you alone. Their social skills, they become very weak, you know, and I think that accounts for youths getting into fights and trouble so easily. Anyway, get on. After growing up in there, attending the local schools, there was a lot of night classes, so you would choose a discipline, and you go to evening classes, which I attended in Kingston Technical, 1 day, 2 evenings, and St. Andrew Technical to further our local education. At age 15, I attended engineering company known that time as Kingston Industrial Works, where I did a 5-year apprenticeship program. And during this 5 years, we were taught the art of pattern making. But I guess you need to know something more about myself. I am a father of 5, 3 boys, 4 boys and 1 girl. Married, separated. I like art and craft. Apart from a very strict discipline, I have the ability to come from an artistic background. I'm from an artistic background family, so everybody in my family does something. They're singing, dancing, sculpting, painting, drawing. So it is easy for me to switch, vacillate between the strict discipline and the art. Well, I find myself as an organizer, and in some sense could be a peer leader because I always organizing groups, friends to the project, go out. Whatever it is, it would be say, come let us, and we start to do anything. And that I could go into a never-ending list of small accomplishments, both amongst ourselves and where I, brought up, spent 5 years, a very interesting 5 years. because this 5 years was amongst big men who molded you and see to it that you go the right way. It was like, in a sense, like a college. And in this company, you were exposed to a lot of things. Because growing up back in the community where there weren't much for you to do. There was shoemaking, cabinet making, very few discipline, tailoring. I don't like sit down, don't like the smell of the shoes. I don't like grease on my hands. So my mother said, all right, try this, and I went to this company. And there began a whole new prospect in life. I began to see life differently. It exposed me to the engineering world of engineering, how things were made, how things were put together, how elder men impress upon young people the image as father and mentor. And so, fortunate for me, at the end of 5 years, I smashed all records. I learned my skill in 5 years. I became the only apprentice who accomplished this deed, became a first-class workman after having done 5 years. This was good and this was bad, because at a young age, you were getting an income far above, even in the top class earning. Sometimes the older men would say, boy, look a young boy like you, just come here, so you turn workman. And we there for how many years and couldn't accomplish that. And that was a result because of going to school, which is education is the key. I went to 9 classes where I learned to do technical drawings. I could read the drawing, create my own drawings, design my own things, and I was way ahead of the person who, in the first 18 months I was ahead of the person who teaching me, just because of the night school. And so it was a love-hate relationship because I could do the work and they could depend on me. But then as a young man, you can say, older men would have looked down at it. But then I was a social person, so I get around that by I becoming a union delegate at another young age. I introduced apprenticeship partnership program, and the list goes on and on. So being a union delegate at maybe 22 years old, because I went there when I was 16, and 16 and 5 at 21. About 22 I was elected chief union delegate, and that put me in a highly responsible position suddenly. I could manage, I remember the first time I had to address a group, a meeting, where I couldn't come out with what to say. But then gradually come on and I catch on again, and then I begin to defend workers who come late or fight or conflict. It was simple, arguing for better working conditions, better pay, better social amenities in the company. And so it went on and on and on. At the end of a time, I remember now going on to college, which was as a result of this place. They said, well, they would educate their young people. So during this time, you went down to Kingston Technical, where I did a mechanical engineering craft practice, and I got a certificate. I think I got distinction. And then I pushed through and I took on my own, took a test to go to the College of Art, Science and Technology. Well, I was just accompanying my friend that day, and he come and said, come sit down and take the test. So we do it, lo and behold, not remember nothing about it. And there comes a letter, you pass. So I had to use a little trick to get to go to school 2 days in a week as an apprentice. So I want to disclose that trick. There now, again, another hell of an exposure. This time was among young, middle-income children, young group of people. Because remember, I grew up in a ghetto. I would say, yo, wagwan. Now you have to be quite fluent in this. Good morning. I am so-and-so, and we had to meet among children from other Caribbean islands who come there to study, which apparently now is University of Technology. But first, before that, it was CAS, College of Arts, Science and Technology. And then there was much to do, so I went into building construction, which was the closest thing to help me up with my skills at GUIJ because they did drawing again. But I wasn't interested in putting up building beams and columns and whole work. Well, after that, a lot of interesting things happened. I got bored because there wasn't much to go to after achieving this level in this company. There wasn't much challenges there again. It was just ABC, you could do all the different things. So I embarked on our own projects. I said I was going into business. I'm not knowing anything about business. I just think, so, boy, if you work good and you're disciplined, that is it. And it took me years to find out, why? That's not it. It's about marketing and promotion and contacts and everything else that goes along with it. But I didn't make my mark out there as a skilled man. Some of my outstanding jobs are like the University of the West Indies sign, the Children's Hospital. I did a market job. Most of U.W.I headquarters in King Street. And as again, there's always a lot following behind. Outside here, I find that my skill wasn't that much in demand. After leaving the company, and they closed out shortly, so I could venture into furniture making, and then another exposure, and I was able to draw and present my drawing so well. Then I started making furnitures with top-ranking people, politicians, I name a few, John Jr., Edna Manley, quite a few other hoped and done, because I was able to draw differently from the standard furniture, and they could see it and say, you can build that? I say, yes. Eventually build all a bed for Peter Touch, which I saw in a magazine abroad. I said, see me bed here. And, having found out that furniture making wasn't really what I wanted to do, I myself and my brother, we opened up a small business. I went in it, T&H Napier Engineering Works. Started to do our metal casting, foundry bit. But out of this came one prominent thing, that single-handedly, I could say I could be responsible for creating a definite change in the architectural landscape. And it all started with what we refer today as balusters. And these are the decorative bottles and columns and things that you use to decorate buildings. There wasn't any much around, and they were making them from concrete molds, which were some big blocks of concrete. You couldn't lift them up, and you could only make one every day. I created a design I make. The first one they were light, you could move them around. And that started a whole new industry which spread out island-wide. So wherever you're going, there would be people who would be making these decorative, so they would be uplifting the community. Anywhere you could go now, you could see the change, the vast change in the style and the architecture. And it happened because I didn't have much control over making of these molds, because when I create a new design, and I go out there and put it out on the market, there would be people who could copy it. So they could take that now, copy it, and then begin to produce it. In a sense, it's not so good a mold as mine, but it didn't make a difference to the public, because they was buying what they seen, they couldn't compare them. And this went on for a good while. Of course, bringing up children, a family, a wife, and a business, it compelled me to stick with it. So I did quite a few years of it, knocking out these different designs after designs and design. And then it came to a time to migrate. Not for a long period, but like for 6 months period, I would go abroad and catch up on technology, do odd jobs, have a vacation and come back. Decided, years rolled by, and I decided, okay, I'm going to give up this skill, because I've done most about anything I want, could think of. And then it hit me that I can't sit down. And people keep coming, going up here, we need a job, we need to make this thing, you need to do that. So I started out back again, and this time migrated to what is now Kitsiltown, a small rural district in St. Catherine. Here I met a young lady and we started a whole new different life. I'm always turning a corner and getting a new life. And then I opened a business here. So far invested a lot in trying to put it together over the years. At the point I am now, I am poised and ready for a takeoff, which I would be coming like from the Development Bank or the Jamaica National Bank, some of these lending institutions, because what I have here is a very complex, highly skilled work, and it has a lot of different facets opening. So to really get started, I need substantial sum now to put into operation, both in training and transmitting my skills as I have it, and to sit back and guide young people, say take this and go on. I might not have achieved my objective in some of the things that I wanted to do, but I could put it to you and then guide you to accomplish some of them. And briefly about the skill as a pattern maker, it's the basis of the engineering. A pattern maker is a really person who brings into being the idea of what. So somebody could design, for example, say for fire hydrant. Everybody knows a fire hydrant, but there wouldn't be any fire hydrant. There would be a paper with the lines and the angles and the shape, and I would have to interpret this information into mostly wooden patterns, create the castings, and then from that set of first model, you will now produce hundreds and hundreds of the same item. And because they're coming from one single model, they will be standardized, so they will be coming out time and time and time, same standard. A little bit is like our Dutch pot, where that went wrong is because somebody would get a pot, and somebody borrow that pot and copy it, and somebody would copy that one that you copy, and so on. And once you keep copying from a copy, you're gonna get shrinkage, you're gonna get distortion, you're gonna get changes, and so our pot industry was in trouble because no two Dutch pot cover fit exactly the same.